Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to DESI TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. Trump urges India and Pakistan to cease hostilities, offers US mediation. Residents describes horror as Indian strikes hit Pakistan, Kashmir in worst clashes in decades. President Xi Jinping arrives in Moscow for talk with Putin amid Ukraine's fierce opposition. Vice President J.D. Vance calls for Russia-Ukraine dialogue, says US views Moscow's demand as too much. Pink smoke rises near Vatican as women demand inclusion ahead of papal conclave. And theatre on human rights and peace status as SMBBMU with European collaboration. These are headlines. Lead to news detail. Now the top story is here. In a strong appeal to South Asia, US President Donald Trump has urged India and Pakistan to immediately halt all hostilities. Speaking amid rising tensions between the two nuclear-armed neighbors, President Donald Trump said he wants both nations to stop attacking each other now. He further offers US assistance in helping India and Pakistan work out their long-standing differences. The statement comes as diplomatic effort intensified to prevent further escalations in the region. Residents across Pakistan and Pakistani-administrated Kashmirs are recounting terrifying scenes as they were jolted awake by the sound of Indian strikes. The latest escalations mark the worst fighting in more than 2 decades between the nuclear-armed rivals. Many describe chaos, fears, and discussions as explosions lit up the night, forcing families to flee their homes in panic. The renewed hostilities have raised alarm both regionally and internationally, with urgent call for restraint and dialogue.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130-plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.
Now, Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Moscow for high-level talk with Russian President Vladimir Putin in a ceremony marked by pomp and symbolism. The visit underscores growing ties between Beijing and Moscow. However, the timing has sparked sharp criticism from Ukraine. Just hours before Xi's arrival, Ukraine's drones targeted Moscow, signaling Kyiv's strong opposition to the visit. The developments highlight the complex geopolitical tensions as the war in Ukraine continues with no sign of resolution. Now, US Vice President J.D. Vance has stated that Washington considered the concessions sought by Russia to end the war in Ukraine as too much. Speaking on the ongoing conflict, Vance emphasized the need for diplomacy, urging both Russia and Ukraine to establish clear guidelines for direct peace talks. His remarks come amid growing international pressures to find a negotiated settlement, even as fighting continues on the ground with no breaking through in sight. In a bold statement for gender equality within the Catholic Church, advocates for women's ordinations released pink smoke from a hill overlooking the Vatican. The symbolic act came just hours before the start of a male-only conclave to elect the next pope. The protest highlight long-standing demands for the inclusion of women in church leadership, a topic that remains continuous within the Vatican circles. Follow live updates from the Vatican as the conclave proceedings get underway. In the end, a powerful theatre performance highlighting human rights and peace was staged at Chanka Medical College by Islamabad-based group Amankar in collaboration with the European Union. The play depicted a time of harmony free from religious bias and warned against the divisive impact of fifth-generation warfare and social media. Students praised the performances for its educational and emotional impact. Principal Professor Zamir Ahmad Somro and Vice Principal Dr. Fauzia Chandio honored the artists with Sindhi cultural gift, emphasizing Sindh legacy of peace and Shah Abdul Latif Bhatai universal prayers for humanity. So thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. DESI TV USA, DTVN and our OTT platform DTV Flix, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.